can tell this is some really fresh corn because this barrel right here had this grasshopper in it, and he's not even crispy. He's right out of the field.
And then the parents are going to have the parents' name or parents written on. I'll put this pan here. Let me get over here.
Good deal.
All right.
Thank you.
They ride a whole lot cleaner like that, don't they?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not as bad either. Thanks. Hey, Sue! Hey, Sue! I got you some decent food. Sue is the gilt that we kept from that group that we just took to the butcher, and we're planning on breeding her in a few months with the pig that you just saw up there, Rooster. And the day of and maybe the day after we took those pigs to the butcher, she was downright depressed. I mean, she was depressed. She would just lay around in her little hut out there and didn't care to do anything. She seems to be okay now, but I think she took a little hit there with her friends when her friends went to the butcher. Well, guys, it is time to try to move these pigs. So what I have done here is I've gotten them used to feeding inside of this trailer here. Last night I took their food tire out of here, and I'm hoping that this morning they're good and hungry, so they'll all go up in there and then I can just shut the door. And they're acting pretty hungry here, so this might work out. This is a little frustrating. 5 out of the 6 of them are on the trailer right now. And the electric fence wire is shorted out on the trailer, so every time I touch the trailer I'm getting shocked. All your friends are in the trailer. All your friends are eating. What did y'all do to the fence? Go eat. You gotta go in the trailer. You're not gonna do it, are you? Got a secret weapon that might convince him. Only got one in the trailer. This is having the opposite effect. We'll put them right there in the shade for now. There's a decent shade tree over there. It's gonna be super hot today, so they're gonna need as much shade as they can get while I move their paddock. Also wanna make sure they got something to drink. Or to lay in. Oh, that ground is hard. There we go. All right, guys, so here's the plan. This right here is the chicken coop, and that's the source of my electricity for the electric fence wire. So what I want to do is I want to move the whole fence out that direction, but I still need this as a power source right here. So I think what I'm going to do is start utilizing trees here. I'm going to run the power, the hot wire, on these two trees right here and on out, all the way out this direction, and kind of end it right here in this clearing right here. This is our gun range right here. So I think I want to move it all so that the edge of it comes to this clearing right here. I think I want the new waller and everything right out here. I think y'all can see the chicken coop in the background there. That's going to be a significantly larger distance from the house than it is right now to keep the smell out from around the house. And I think this time I'm not going to use my electric netting. I think what I'm going to do is just use 3 strands of hot wire, and I may have to go run to town and get some more hot wire. I don't think I got enough for all this. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of sticking metal in trees like this because I've hit plenty of nails and junk with my sawmill, and it really does a number on the blades. But I'm going to use screws like this so that I can get these out pretty easily. It's not going to do any harm to the tree. This just seems like the most expedient and logical thing to do. I don't have a ton of this wire here. I've got this handful, and I've got some on a roll that's on the cart back here. And if I run out there, I'll probably just go over to Sue's paddock over there and steal one of her wires. She's got 2 wires over there, and she is so well trained to staying in that pen. I could probably take one of those away and be able to put 3 here, because I don't want any less than 3 on this one, because I've never done pigs with just electric except the very first ones we did last year, and I'm honestly pretty nervous about it. Almost forgot I need to move this before I get the rest of that fence up. Well, guys, I did end up having to go get some of Sue's wire over there and leaving her with just one single strand. I think she'll be okay, but this is complete right here. It's about very roughly 42 by 20. I just kind of stepped it off, which gives them 840 square feet out here for 6 pigs. So that should be good. Let's go grab the tractor, make them a waller out here, and we can get their food and water out here and see what happens. sure if y'all can see that real well, but that should do pretty good because I was able to get down through the topsoil and I'm getting into the red clay right here, and that clay doesn't let water go down through it. So I think we're okay here. Let's get some water in it. That'll get them going at least. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready to move? I'm ready for them to move. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but here we go. Just going to pull the electric fencing kind of down out of the way a little bit and slide this open and let them go. I don't know. I wonder if the electric fence is too far out and it's scaring them. Let me move it. I feel like if just one would go, the rest of them would have the courage to go, but they're just not doing it. One of them came this close. She lifted a hoof to get out, but then she didn't do it. I'm gonna get some eggs and see if I can lure them out. How about now? That's the only one out so far. So I'm just sitting out here taking a break and looking at these pigs and watching them. They're figuring out everything. None of them have challenged the fence yet. They're trained to electric, so I'm hoping this will do it for them. I know there are a lot of people that I have seen on YouTube that are successfully keeping pigs in with 1 wire and 2 wires, and I figure 3 wire. I'm hoping 3 wires will do it. It does make me kind of nervous though, but they're walking around. They went and checked out their hut over there. They found their water. They're in the waller over there getting cool, and they're just walking around and clipping off the green things that they find. If you remember, their previous paddock was just a wasteland. There was absolutely nothing left. It was just the waller and food and barrels and their hut over there. So that was all that there was. So they're getting a real treat out here, which is good for them. It's fun to sit here and watch them. And oh wait, number 5 just came out. Number 5 just came out. So we're almost there. We got 1 more to go. It's really interesting, these pigs on the trailer, and it occurred to me while they were all on the trailer, and one is still on the trailer, which is amazing to me, how similar we are to these animals in a religious sense, in a spiritual sense. You know, we're offered, and I'll speak for myself here, but we're offered so much in Christ. We're offered forgiveness for our sins. We're offered contentment in this life. We're offered living water that, you know, we get and we never thirst again. It's a remarkable thing. We're offered all these things, and yet what do? Sometimes I fail to get up at a reasonable hour and read my Bible and pray and commune with the living God, even though I have been given the opportunity to do such a thing. And I'm not dissimilar from the pigs, right? I'm not dissimilar from the pigs that would rather sit in the trailer in the heat, in a place with no food and no water and no nothing, and just a really nasty place, instead of walking out of that trailer and into the lush pastures and the still waters and the food. And it's just an interesting illustration of the human condition, I guess you could say. Paul calls them unreasoning animals and makes that comparison, and that is certainly the human condition. I just thought I'd add that because it struck me how not dissimilar we are from these pigs. All right, guys, let's sit down and do a quick price breakdown on these pigs that we just sent to the butcher. So we had 3 pigs that went to the butcher, and the hanging weight of these pigs, the hanging weight is the carcass, no guts, no skin, with the head still on, if I remember correctly. The hanging weight of the pigs, the heaviest pig was 235 pounds, the middleweight pig was 225 pounds, and the lightest pig was 215 pounds. Now, of course, that hanging weight is not the finished weight, because you've got a skeleton, you've got hooves, you've got ears, you've got a tail, you got all of this stuff that we're not going to use, right? And we don't get that stuff back, nor do we really want it. So the final weight, the per pound, or the poundage that we got back of meat in shrink wrap packages that we're going to eat, was 403 pounds of meat. And it cost I got so much junk here, $948.75 to process those 3 pigs. It was actually $973.75. I subtracted $25 because that $25 was an optional charge for link sausage, and I didn't want to include that. As far as feed and all of that stuff goes, I don't have the exact number here, but anyway, the total cost of raising these pigs was $1,830.75. $1,830.75. That includes the cost of the pig, that includes the feed, and that includes the butcher fee, which results in a per pound weight or per pound price, finished meat, $5 and... oh man, I had it a second ago. $4.54, which is significantly better than last year. Last year, our per pound price was like $8.12, I think. Really, really awful. Let me take these chops off and we'll talk about it some more. All right, didn't want to risk burning these things while I ran my mouth. Last year's pigs, the per pound price ended up being $8.12, and if I remember correctly, it's been a long time. If I remember right, it was $8.12, and that's a significant difference. That is almost half price. That's what, 75 cents or so off of half price. Just just a huge difference. And there's several reasons for that. The first reason is that we just had better pigs this year. The pigs that we had last year, they didn't grow very well. I fed them, well, this is another issue, I fed them commercial food, 16% protein food, and they just didn't grow as fast as I thought that they should. The hanging weight of the two pigs last year was 195 and 200, if I remember right. So the quality of the breed was one thing. These pigs this year grew like mad. They grew a whole lot. The ones last year, I believe we kept for 7 months. We kept these, or they were 7 months old when they went to the processor. These pigs this year was 6.5 months, so they grew more in less time than the ones from last year. So that was a significant, resulted in a significant savings right there. The main thing, though, that brought our price down this year was food. So last year I bought commercial bagged food at the rate of like roughly $16 for 50 pounds. And this year I mixed my own, and I was saving about 1/3 over last year's food prices because I was mixing my own feed. So those two things were the main things that brought our per pound prices down so significantly. I was looking at, on the Walmart app the other day, just looking at commercial pork, and we have actually beaten some of the prices of commercial pork chops at $4.54 a pound, and this meat is significantly, I don't have to tell y'all, but it's significantly better than commercial pork chops. So those are our numbers, $4.54 a pound for this meat, and I'm going to call that a screaming success. Thank y'all for watching. Thanks for following this pig journey. The little pigs have all gotten out of the trailer and they're wandering around checking things out at this point. They're respecting the fence so far, knock on wood, and we'll see how that goes. But thank y'all for watching this video, and I'll see y'all on the next one. It is supper time.